Alright traders, I am sitting here looking at another possible trade setup here on the Euro Aussie 4-hour time frame. I'm going to show you the daily time frame, but we're going to start off looking at this 4-hour time frame because that is where our setup lies. So basically you could see I got a crossover here that's bearish. So let me mark all this stuff so you guys see this TK crossover is bearish. My future is bearish. Chiku span is below the price, that's bearish, and this price is below the cloud, that's bearish. Every single thing on this chart is bearish for the 4-hour time frame, and I have a setup that I'm looking at based off of price bouncing and rejecting this level here, this cloud. But that's not all that it's rejecting. It's rejecting my fractal level here, this fractal level right here. If I put a line there, you will see that fractal level lines right up with the price, as price is rejecting that level, and it also lines up with the cloud. Alright, so let's put that fractal level on the chart. I can't grab my, there we go. So that fractal level, you could see this level right here in the blue and the red, and if we go over here you could see what price is doing. Price, and it's sitting right at that cloud because this level is being rejected by this price currently. So as long as it's being rejected by that price and we're breaking these bear fractals, I can look for a short trade. Now if we violate this fractal here, if we make a fractal and violate it, then we're violating the bull fractal here. So I want to see price trigger me below this level. So the way I would set this up, because I have a bounce here, I have all bull bearish signals, I really want to set my trade up. Now this may be a little big for some people because this is the Euro Aussie. It's going to be a bigger, the stop loss is going to be pretty big here, but we can be patient and wait and see if we could get a better setup with a better entry. But currently I'm looking at this level right here. If price violates this level, this is where I'm in the trade, okay, and there's my stop loss. That'll give you, that's a big stop loss right currently. But look at what my profit could be if we go, because we're going to look for price to move first to this level 197 there, and then we're going to really ultimately look for price to come back down to this level 334 here. And the reason we're looking at that is because basically, let's go to the daily time frame and then you will see what I'm talking about here. Now the daily time frame, Ichimoku is bullish on the daily time frame, so I should be paying attention to what that daily time frame is telling me. Most definitely, and I am paying attention to that. But the thing is, let me show you what this pair is doing here. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Get all these lines out of the way so we can really see what's happening here. Alright, so look at this level right here where the red line is. It's a strong support here. I mean strong resistance here. Support, then resistance, resistance, and then now support. And currently the market is doing what? It's sideways. It's trading in pretty much a range. And I like to put my range levels like this because I feel if the market can't violate that level, even if it makes a wick, it still hasn't closed above this level. So it looks like we're in a range, and I'm looking at the market doing this right here. Looks like we could possibly be hitting here, then coming back down, then hitting here again, and then quite possibly coming back down. So we're currently calling this, we're inside of a retracement maybe. So the market's correcting itself even though we're not really trending to the upside. All right, so let's look and make sure that as we trade this, we understand what this market is doing, understand what the structure of the market is, and that way when we take a trade and you say, well, it's against Ichimoku on the daily time frame, well, the daily time frame is sideways right now, right? So that's one thing. And when I look at that, let me get out of this here. So when I look at that, I see I'm trading a ranging market. So if I go down smaller on the 4-hour time frame, I see that the 4-hour here doesn't necessarily show you ranging market. It shows you more of a trending market. Now I can move my levels up here with the 4-hour, but I want to get on the bounces. So I usually put a line and I'll put another line because if the price comes to these levels, I'm looking at zones here. So currently I'm looking at this pullback here. So let's mark this again. on the 4-hour time frame. The market moved higher, bounced off of the top. We came back, attacked that level, and now we're in a correction. And then the market's moving a little bit this way to the upside and finds resistance at the cloud, and then maybe we move back down here. So this is part of the move. Then we're correcting right now, and then hopefully back down to this point. Everything is bearish for us, so we should see a nice opportunity. I don't like when this Kijinsen and this Tenkan-sen get too far apart distance wise, because then when you have that, the market starts to do this sideways. So even though I have a good setup, I may see it stay in a range. Eventually it may break out, or it may go to the opposite side then. All right, so that's what I'm looking at right now. That's my setup. Let me see here. That's pretty much it, guys. We had a Kumo breakout. We really didn't want to take that Kumo breakout. We wanted to see that pullback. We got the pullback. We got a rejection. We're showing rejection at the cloud, at the all these levels here. This is the daily Kijinsen. All right, so let's show you that. See, the blue line here is the daily Kijinsen. We're rejecting that level. We have a bearish crossover on the Tenkan-sen on the daily time frame. Even though we're bullish, everything is flattening out here. All right, so we're sideways. So when we go to that 4-hour time frame, we know there's resistance with the daily Kijinsen as it's marked right here, which also aligns pretty close with my fractal level, which is resistance. So let's put that level again so you see it. And then again, my Kumo cloud lines right up with the bottom of that fractal. Now I usually make a zone with the fractal zones, and when I trade inside that zone, all right, and then I let price come outside of that zone. So I usually want the price to come to me, but our current setup is where we're showing right here. Want to get to this point here, trade that to the downside, and trade that to our first level, which is going to be basically, I took the first level off and put this bottom zone here at 152.826. Let's go back to the daily, put the upper zone here. Really, there isn't no upper zone really that I would pay hard attention to. Maybe we could put a level here. All right, because you have a little bounce of the wicks right here. So we could look at this level here and say we want to see if price gets to that point, and then maybe to this point. Now even with Ichimoku, this could be the market may move higher once it finds support at this level, because you're also lined up with your daily cloud. So you could get a bounce off of that level, and then the market continues higher. So that's what we're looking at back on the 4-hour time frame. Again, that's what we're trading at, 4-hour time frame. We want to see price attack this level right here, and then down to this level. That'll be a good trade for you. All right, so that's a current trade setup. It's pretty close to being a trade alert, because if it violates this level, that's the trading opportunity, and I'm about to set this up for myself also. All right, guys, have a great one. Thanks for watching. God bless. So long.